Earlier this week I decided to go back and play another of the PS2 classics available on the PS4, and I went with Max Payne. Originally released in 2001, Max Payne was developed by Remedy Entertainment and published on consoles by Rockstar Games. It's the story of a New York cop called Max Payne and his quest for revenge against those who killed his wife and baby. This takes him to the underbelly of the city on a mission against the Mafia, against corrupt cops, and eventually even against the government.
I think he's dead already.
Let's do it.
So yeah, the story is pretty dark and the tone has this cold film noir feel to it, and once again New York is made out to be a complete and utter shithole, where everyone's a criminal and every building is run down and barren. The story progresses along with the use of these comic book cutscenes in which the characters always give this over-the-top, sometimes bizarrely poetic performances that you'd expect from an old black and white private investigator movie.
He's just one lousy cop! You better be freaking kidding me! Whack him! What's the freaking problem? Hello? Answer me! Hello?
However, here's what I find interesting about the game. Despite its dark plot and its depressing, bleak tone, the game is actually kind of hilarious. It's almost like a good, bad movie, where the intention was never for it to be funny. In fact, the whole thing's taken pretty seriously, and it plays things straight, but this only makes the more bizarre moments more funny. Let me give you an example. At one point, Max gets into a train, and before you know it, he's smashed into a wall. Okay, sure, this does reveal the way to go next, but as a player, it leaves you scratching your head thinking, why the hell did he just crash a train into a wall when we're simply on a mission to meet up with his boss? There's a shift in tone between the moody lines of dialogue and the insane moments of violence that make the whole thing almost comical. At the start of the game, things are ridiculously easy. In fact, I spent most of my time just running into rooms shouting "Max Payne!" without much concern for dying. By using a combination of the bullet time and the slow motion leaps across the room, Max felt like some kind of indestructible action hero from a John Woo movie. And with the auto aim on, it was hilarious how inaccurate I could be, but still pull off kills. Eventually though, the difficulty does start to ramp up, as it should in any good game. Especially when the enemies start to use grenades, because slow motion isn't exactly going to help me run away from the explosions any faster. On completing the game, a new higher difficulty is unlocked, as well as the New York Minute mode, which is a pretty cool idea. We have a minute to complete the game, but every time you kill someone a bit more time is added. So it becomes this rush to go around killing people as fast as possible. One part of the game that sucks, it just really sucks, are the dream sequences. These have Max return to his house in a kind of trance-like state, maybe on drugs, where he has to reach his wife and kid to try and save them. It then involves this sort of puzzle where you have to walk across red lines that float in the middle of the air, and here it becomes pretty obvious that this control system was not designed for careful platforming. Rushing into a room and killing everyone in it? Fine. But careful, precise walking? Not so much. In fact, any time that platforming was involved, the game kinda showed its flaws. Max Payne is a hell of a lot of fun. I was laughing out loud throughout, even if it may not have been the game's intent. Max would go on to become a bit of a gaming legend, and I'm not surprised. He's an interesting character in a unique kind of shooter. And at the very least, the game did teach me something. Vibrating beds. They're apparently a thing. I did not know that. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and until next time, thanks for watching.